Hi guys, in this video I will be talking about what is next after your first visa once you made it to America. Okay, so you are now here, you moved to America, congratulations! But now you're already thinking, what's next? What am I going to do to stay in America? In this video, I will walk through your options, whether you came through a student visa or work visa or something else, and what are the steps that you can take to stay in the USA legally and build your future life here. I moved to USA a few years back, and honestly, figuring out the visa process is a journey on its own. I wish I had the minds and the thoughts of learning those things prior to even moving here, because it took me years to figure it out. I did not really thought about it until I really had to think about it. I know how overwhelming and confusing it can be. So I want to break down some common paths to help you figure out what's next. First, if you came on a student visa, which is perfect because this is the visa I used to come here, your student visa is attached to your studies. Once you graduate, you are not attached to a school anymore, meaning your visa becomes obsolete. It's not worth anything. You cannot come and go out of the country just because you have a student visa. The student visa must be attached to a school. You have to be enrolled. Once you did your studies, let's say you came here for a bachelor degree. You did your studies, you graduated from your bachelor degree, you have or don't have time left on your visa. It doesn't really matter because your visa is not worth anything if you graduate and you're done with your studies. However, you have the opportunity once you graduate to do OPT. OPT is basically a work permit that you get after you graduating. It is for a year, it's 12 months, but you also can renew it, meaning you can stay here a couple years after you graduated. This is your first option. Second option off of a student visa is to enroll for another diploma. As long as you are enrolled and you continue your studies, you are able to stay. If while you're studying your visa expires, you have to go back home to renew it. Don't overstay your visa. I do not recommend this. I know people that did it, and let's just say it backfires at you. If you're in the middle of your studies, last year I was maybe halfway through my studies and my visa was going to expire during my finals. I had to go back home to renew my visa. I did not stay here. I went back home, I got an interview, I renewed my visa, I came back. Your school will give you an authorization to miss class whatsoever to go renew your visa and come back. So option one after a student visa is to do the OPT, so work permits that allow you to work for a year. Doing the OPT is highly recommended because it allows you to work with a company, show your worth, show your work, and potentially be sponsored by this company for another type of visa, which will allow you to stay in America longer and plan your future here. After the student visa, if you do not do the OPT, you can enroll for a new diploma or you can choose to go back home. If you do the OPT and your employer is sponsoring you, he can sponsor you through two different visas. The H-1B visa, which is a work permit, or through a O1 visa, which is like specialized skills. Let's say you work in a lab to find the cure of cancer. That would be a special skill. Or you're an artist, you're a singer, you're a model, something like that. You can go to another visa this way. However, keep in mind that the H-1B visa comes with certain specifics and timelines, and it's also a lottery system. Okay, if you didn't come to a student visa, and let's say you came with a work visa, you came here, you're working for a company, the options to stay here are great because you can, through your employer, apply for the green card directly. There is also here specificities, but through the work visa, you can stay, I think, up to 6 years, and then you can apply for the green cards through your employer. Finally, you have the visa through marriage. if you marry an American or if you have a family based in America, they can also sponsor you for you to get your green cards. There's specificities here too that you will have to check to get more in-depth information. You can also apply for investor visa, an entrepreneurship visa. This visa will allow you to stay here and be permanently resident. However, you will need significant amounts to invest in your business in America. And finally, you can also stay in America through the lottery. So there is a lottery, a green card lottery every year. If I'm not mistaken, it's in October. You apply in October and you can, through the lottery, get green cards. Navigating through visas and trying to figure it out can be very, very overwhelming. So I hope this video helps you and give you some clarity to figure out what's next for you and how you can create the life that you want here in the USA. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing one. Mwah.